everyone, I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how to use Editor Window Fullscreen, the Unity Editor extension, which allows you to create a full screen of any editor window on any of your monitors. So first of all, you're going to have to go to the Asset Store and import this package. Once you've got it here, you can go and click Import. Okay, so once that's finished loading, you should have within your project window a new folder called Editor Window Fullscreen, and within that there's a demo folder and a scripts folder. We won't be looking at the scripts right now, so I'm going to demonstrate to you the demo. But first of all, I just want to demonstrate that without installing the demo, everything works already. So for example, I can full screen the scene view on my other screen. Rotate. There's nothing in here in this scene at the moment, but full screen, how about I full screen the project window? No, maybe I'll full screen the inspector window on my other screen. There we go. So I pushed F9, I focused the inspector window and pushed F9 to full screen it on my lower left screen. So everything works out of the box. But we'll do a quick run through of the demo so I can demonstrate some more things to you. Okay, so to play the demo, you'll have to install the standard assets from the Unity Asset Store. So we'll go ahead and do that. Standard assets. Okay, so we've got the standard assets here, and what we want to do is uncheck everything, because the only assets we need are the 2D folders, the cameras folder, and the cross-platform input folder, this one here, within standard assets. So we only need these three folders. You can just import the entire standard assets folder, but it's not necessary. So then we can go import, and this will just allow us to play the demo, which, as I said, is not necessary at all to be able to use the full screen functionality. It is just for a fun little demonstration. Alright, so we have imported the standard assets, and make sure you got those three folders in there. And now we should be able to go to the demo folder and open up the demo 2D scene. That'll open that up, and then you can just hit play. Alright, let's run through this. F8 to full screen the main window at the mouse position. So if I leave the mouse here and push F8, we now have a full screen main view. If I shift my mouse over to this screen, push F8, it's over there now. F11 to full screen the game view at the mouse position. So let's have a full screen game view over here. Alright, F10, so we've already opened the game view, we've still got it open. Push F10 to open a full screen scene view on another screen. So we can open the scene view on this screen. As you can tell, it's still in 3D mode. You can shift to 2D mode to have a consistent look with the game view. And what we can actually do is manipulate the game as it's running. So I can grab our robot here and drag him around. I can pick up a box, bring it into another room. Yeah, so you can manipulate the game through the scene view in your other screen, which can be quite useful for testing. F12 to toggle the top toolbar for the game view. So we're focused on the game view, push F12, brings up this top toolbar where we can do things like change the aspect ratio. So we could, for example, try out a 5:4 ratio. Not that that's very common these days, but and we can push F12 again to hide that top toolbar. Press F10 to close the scene view. Alright, so we'll hover over the scene view, push F10, click inside the inspector window or tab in the editor. So this is the inspector window here. Click inside that. Now push F9 to full screen it at the mouse position. So maybe we'll open up the inspector on this lower left screen. F9 and go to the next room. Hover the mouse over the console window. Alright, so let's go to the console window. Hasn't got anything in it right now, but if we push Control F9 without focusing on the console window, if we just hover over it, if we push Control F9, that'll open that up in full screen, as you can see. And we can Control F9 to close that again. Alright, so we have 3 full screen windows open. The inspector window down the bottom left, the game view in the middle, and the main window at the top. So if we now push Control F8, it will close all of these windows, all of these full screen windows. So I'll do Control F8, and we're back to just one main view. Alright, this is the last room. Open the full screen settings window. Under the edit menu, select full screen window settings. So edit, full screen window settings. You can also push Control Shift F8 and it opens up the full screen window settings. Alright, I'll just run out of this room. Demo complete, yay. So the demo is complete, and as you can see, we can change all of these settings that we've just used. All of these hotkeys that we've just used are all adjustable. So for the main Unity window, it enters full screen at the mouse position. That's how it entered full screen when we were using it. But you can change that to open at its current position or at a specified position. You can enter an X and Y position, and the main window will full screen at that point. You can also see down here, there's the current mouse position, so we could bring the mouse up to this screen. Look what numbers there are. 1257 minus 673. 1257 minus 673. And now if we go apply settings, and see we're hovering the mouse now over this window, but if I push F8 now, it'll open at this custom position, as you can see. Push F8 again to toggle it back. And it's the same with every other hotkey that we have here. You can change whether it opens at the current window position, at the mouse position, or a custom position. And this little checkbox here, all that does is decide whether when you open up that window, it'll show the toolbar by default. So if I uncheck that for the scene window, see at the moment if we open up the scene window, it has the toolbar. If I uncheck that, apply settings, then open up the scene window, there's no toolbar at the top, as you can see. You can always toggle it with F12 as well. but these are just the defaults. And for each of these hotkeys, you can also change the hotkey. So I'll change the hotkey for the scene window to maybe Control Shift Q. Apply settings. Now I'm going to push Control Shift Q, and there we go. There's the scene window. What other settings do we have down here? Show or hide top toolbar. Yep, so we've already learnt about that. You can change the hotkey. Close all full screen windows. You can change the hotkey. Now these four options here, I'll show you what they do. The first one, start the game when entering full screen. So when we enter full screen for the game view, this will start the game at the same time. And this is stop the game when exiting full screen, so they'll stop the game when you exit the game view. So this is the reverse. Open full screen on game start. It'll open full screen when you start the game at any of these positions. Close full screen on game stop. That'll close the full screen which was created at game start if you select this one, or it'll close all the full screen game windows if you choose this one. So maybe let's test this out. Let's go at current window position. Apply settings. So now when we enter or exit full screen, the game will start and stop, and when we start or stop the game will create a full screen. Let's test this out. Play, and here we go. Automatically created a full screen. We'll exit full screen. Actually, no, we'll just stop the game by hitting Control P, and it exited full screen automatically. Now, if we do the opposite, I'll open up the full screen game view on this screen here, F11, and the game automatically started. And I'll close it by just pushing F11, and the game stopped. So that is pretty much all of the settings. I hope you understood everything well, and you can play around with it yourself. Alright, thanks for watching.